It's a Saturday showdown. Anyone fancy some hot laps around Interlagos? It's qualifying day here for the Sao Paulo Grand Prix.
Here's a quick position rundown for you. The top five are Norris, Piastri, Verstappen, Leclerc and Sainz. Okay, so as for the cars around us, just ahead are Albon, Perez and Porsche. And just behind us are Zhu, Behrman and Magnussen. The fastest lap at the moment, 1:07.5. Okay, I'm afraid we've been pushed down to P16. Top five cars as things stand: Norris, Piastri, Verstappen, Leclerc and Russell. So, just ahead of us in this session at the moment are Sainz, Alonso and Stroll. And we're in front of Gasly, Ocon and Hamilton. Okay, so the current fastest lap, 1:07.5.
Forget pit stops, forget fuel management. It's pedal to the metal all the way here as we get ready for today's sprint. It's an unusual anti-clockwise race here at Interlagos, where the Sao Paulo locals are packed into the grandstands at each of the 15 corners around this classic 2.7-mile circuit. Two very fast sections bookend the famous and highly technical Sector 2, where getting a good run out of Junsao into one of the two DRS zones will be key to any overtaking prospects today. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's sprint. Lando Norris put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And Oscar Piastri completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Leclerc, Verstappen, Fernando Alonso, Russell, Sainz, Hamilton, Stroll, Hadjar, Ocon, Perez, Albon, Gasly, Behrman, Magnussen, Tsunoda, Hülkenberg, Zhou and Théo Pourchaire. And with preparations almost complete, let's head trackside for today's sprint. The formation lap gets underway ahead of today's sprint. It's going to be interesting to see who gets pole position. Almost ready to start the sprint as the cars take their positions on the grid, with the drivers and teams making their final preparations.
Good job, mate. Really, really well done. That was a fantastic drive. Bring it home.
It's a Saturday showdown. Anyone fancy some hot laps around Interlagos? It's qualifying day here for the Sao Paulo Grand Prix.
Well out there, keep it up. We're looking at about 10 more minutes of rain. 10 minutes. of Leclerc, Verstappen and Hamilton. Fastest lap at the moment, 1 minute 15.4.
Welcome along then to where heroes and history are made. It's where the 2008 title was decided in the very final corner. And just 1 year later, Jenson Button stormed through from 14th on the grid to claim his one and only Drivers' Championship. It's time then for the Sao Paulo Grand Prix. Interlagos, always a very special race here in Brazil. It's a 2.7-mile circuit with 9 lefts and 6 rights for a total of 15 corners. The fastest lap today should have an average speed of around 135 miles per hour, if, of course, the weather stays dry until the end of the Grand Prix. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Isack Hadjar lines up on pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Fernando Alonso, Verstappen, Oscar Piastri, Tsunoda, Stroll, Russell, Gasly, Perez, Behrman, Hülkenberg, Sainz, Magnussen, Hamilton, Théo Pourchaire, Ocon, Joe, and Alex Albon picks up the last spot on the grid. Now it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track. And alongside me in the commentary box, my old friend, Anthony Davidson. Let's look at their season, and particularly against their teammate. Fair to say, they've got the better of them more often than not.
Yeah, they have, and it's, rule number one, beat your teammate. They're the one that share the same equipment as you, and yes, the cars can vary in setup from race to race and depending on who has which style, but essentially they're your barometer, the yardstick.
Here we go then, the formation lap gets underway and the excitement here is building as we near ever closer to the start of the race. Which team will come out on top? Who's got their strategies right for today's race? Well, we'll soon find out. As the cars come back towards the grid to line up for the start of the race, each driver will be wanting to get the best start they possibly can. And they'll be hoping to finish today's race on the podium, and failing that, within the points.
that's Fernando behind. Less than a second separates you. They're on fresh softs. Your pit window opens in 15 laps time. Okay, there are 35 laps left in this race. Understeer when trailing the car ahead. They're going to be giving off dirty air, which is going to affect our tyres, so try to get past. Perfect job on the turn in there, mate. Looks like a nice stop time. We're happy with that one. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Taken the lead. Okay, so all of our tyre pressure data is currently reading 0. Assuming they still look inflated to you, we're going to guess that it's just a bad sensor. Shouldn't be anything to worry about. teammate behind, 1.8 seconds. Okay, you've got P3, well done. Leclerc ahead, they're on fresh mediums. Fernando is behind you now. They're on fresh mediums. That was our last stop, no more scheduled pit stops, let's go. You're in second place. Lando's ahead of you now. They're on fresh mediums. Leclerc is behind you. Less than a second separates you. They're on fresh mediums. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. Okay, 18 laps to go. the pack. Leclerc behind. They're on old mediums. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. You're in first position, front of the pack. Leclerc behind. They're on old mediums. Final lap, final lap. Push, push. Fantastic drive, that's just fantastic, amazing, you deserved that race win. Well done, mate.
And it's victory for Isack Hadjar as Red Bull gives you wins.
They led from lights out to the flag at the end, and their race victory was never in doubt, was it? Brilliant stuff by them.
The Aston Martin team will be very happy with today's performance. And of course, the final result. Another display of excellent driving and excellent teamwork. And a well-deserved first-place finish. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action, and I can't wait to see what's next.
It seems as if you have a new rival. This is the perfect opportunity to show the world why you belong in this sport, and to show me why you belong amongst my very exclusive clientele. That's a joke. I love working with you.